A few days ago, I finished Legendborn for the first time, and I have some thoughts about it. As somebody who also lost their mother when they were young, for me it was 21, this book forced me to confront a way of grieving that was not mine. A way of grieving that I resented some of my family members for doing. It's one of those things where I know everybody grieves in their own way, right? Everybody has their own processes and things they need to do, but mine was just not what Bree in this book does. Knowing that everybody grieves in their own way and just, being like, okay, that's fine. You do what you got to do. Knowing that and feeling that are just two very different things. I've kind of always felt a little bit of resentment towards the people in my family who grieved in this way, even though I know I shouldn't. But when my mom died, I was the one who stayed home with my dad, walk in the halls of the house or whatever, surrounded by everything that reminds me of my mom 24/7, right? That was me. I did not choose to leave the house, which I could have. I had an apartment in Dallas, but I went up to Dallas and I moved all my shit out. Reading that other perspective, it's like something I already knew. I know that the way she grieves in this book is valid, but I just don't feel the same way that I objectively think. But I think reading this book helped that feeling part of me catch up to that part of me that knows it's perfectly valid and acceptable to grieve in this way. That was the biggest thing and the part that I think I focused a lot in this book. Moving on to some other stuff about it, I wasn't really too into the whole King Arthur thing until we got to know more about Bree's family. Then all of a sudden things started getting interesting to me. The whole like medieval legends, folklore, blah, 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 doesn't really like settle with me as much as it used to. Once we moved towards the way other cultures approached, magic and aether and stuff like that, I was like way more hooked. This book just did an incredible job at showing how important Black history is in America. I was also very entertained at different points when you could see Bree would make like a comment here and there, and you could see how the other white characters would feel uncomfortable. They just were having some cognitive dissonance going on here, right? And I was enjoying that. Maybe because I'm just petty. It was a little satisfying, but I also think it's leading for better character development as well. Those are my thoughts on Legendborn. I highly recommend it. You guys should definitely give this a read, especially if you have a dead parent.